When it comes to safeguarding your data, understanding and managing SQL privileges and security mechanisms is crucial to ensuring that only authorized users can access data and stored procedures. This video provides an overview of SQL privileges within the InterSystems IRIS environment. You will learn about strategies such as authentication, authorization, auditing, and secure programming. In InterSystems IRIS, you should integrate your management of SQL privileges with federated authentication and authorization frameworks. This enables a unified security policy across different systems and platforms, enhancing an organization's ability to manage access rights more cohesively. For example, OAuth 2.0 is an authorization framework that enables a client to gain limited access to an HTTP service. OpenID Connect is an extension of the OAuth 2.0 authorization process that adds authentication. Their integration allows InterSystems IRIS to authenticate and authorize users based on centralized policy decisions, simplifying administrative overhead and strengthening security protocols. Once a user makes it past authentication, SQL privileges in InterSystems IRIS are managed through the standard SQL commands grant and revoke, which allow administrators to specify and control access rights at a granular level. For example, to assign a user access to perform read operations on a specified table, use grant select on table name to username. InterSystems IRIS supports object-specific privileges like select, insert, and execute that target specific database objects such as tables, views, or procedures. It also supports specifying privileges on an entire schema at once, streamlining security management across multiple objects. Alongside these object-specific privileges, it supports administrative privileges that can span entire namespaces, such as %create_table. These apply universally within a namespace, allowing administrators to manage more structural aspects of database configuration. This fine-grained control is fundamental to the principle of least privilege, which is a best practice in database security management. It ensures users receive no more privilege than necessary to perform their job functions, minimizing the risk of accidental or malicious data breaches. In complex applications, it can be tedious to individually express all object privileges, even when they are organized by schema and role. To streamline this as well as abide by the principle of least privilege, you can capture business logic in stored procedures. These procedures are accessible via call or select syntax, and you can create them using SQL Python or ObjectScript. Using ObjectScript or Python offers the most flexibility to include SQL statements along with ObjectScript or Python code in the procedure's implementation. If the application controls all access to SQL, there is no need to grant SQL privileges to individual database objects and procedures. By default, embedded SQL is considered to be part of the application code and does not automatically check SQL privileges, assuming the authorization checks are applied at the stored procedure or application level. Application developers may write entirely custom authorization logic, or can use %checkpriv to verify specific SQL privileges to check whether the current user would be authorized to run a particular statement. Determining the appropriate set of privileges for each user, system, or query involves a detailed analysis of user roles and responsibilities within the organization. InterSystems IRIS provides tools and guidelines to help administrators configure these settings effectively. It is crucial to regularly review privileges and adjust them to align within changes in user roles or organizational policies. This helps maintain optimal security and functionality. SQL auditing is a critical component of a comprehensive security strategy. The auditing features of InterSystems IRIS enable administrators to track and log a wide range of database activities, including data modifications, access attempts, and schema changes. These logs are invaluable for security monitoring, forensic analysis, compliance with regulatory requirements, and operational troubleshooting. However, audit logs are very granular, so a good purge and archiving strategy is necessary to avoid overuse of storage resources. It is typical to complement core auditing work with industry-standard tools for monitoring and alerting. These tools are called Security Information and Event Management Systems, or SIEMs, and they enhance the security of the organization. With proper authentication, authorization, and auditing policies in place, InterSystems IRIS SQL offers a secure place for your application data. Let's look at a common technique used to attack SQL databases called SQL injection. With SQL injection, a malicious user tries to change an application SQL statement to include or append a malicious command through concatenation, such as dropping a table or returning unauthorized data. Developers should always use parameterized queries to prevent SQL injection. For example, select *from users where username equals ? treats user input as a single data element, not part of the statement text. Unsafe practices like concatenating user input directly into SQL statements can allow malicious users to inject commands such as drop table T. Even if permissions are correctly configured, relying on them alone is not a substitute for secure coding practices. Proper authentication policies help keep out users who aren't supposed to access the application in the first place, and properly configured authorization policies should prevent the malicious commands from succeeding. Auditing policies ensure the commands, including failed attempts, are logged in a way that triggers an alert or aids an investigation. InterSystems IRIS includes several features that enhance SQL privilege management. With best practices in place, your organization can significantly enhance the security and integrity of your InterSystems IRIS SQL environments. Database administrators and security professionals should continuously assess and evolve their security strategies to protect against emerging threats and ensure compliance with regulatory standards. By applying these principles, you can safeguard your valuable data assets.